Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it's time for Dadbod training, and today was back in biceps. So it's going to be a little noisy in the background. There's a thunderstorm happening, so I'm just going to keep recording through it. Hopefully I keep power, and let's follow this workout. All right, down at 212 now, and I am feeling the cut a little bit in the workouts, but I'm pushing through them, but they are not feeling as fantastic as they were a couple weeks ago. Again, the workouts are good, but I do notice a bit of fatigue in them. So the pull-ups today, I was only with the 25. I was only able to get sets of 8, and at that point, I'm not able to get more reps. But I did manage to get 3 sets of it. But yeah, once I get to the bottom, it doesn't feel like I can do another one once I get the 8th rep. So again, just came in, knocked them out, continuing to focus on lats there. I'm still training lats, even though I know my back is my best body part. Obviously, I'm still working it. I'm just not putting quite as much volume, right? Just like quads and things aren't always getting as much volume. They're getting a lot. But really, at this point, I am making sure that the show muscles and weak links are what's getting the most work, which is, arms, delts, pecs, all that stuff. But again, even though today I only did 7 sets for lats, keep in mind I do some deadlifting and I do pullovers on chest and tricep day. So there is actually a little more back work in the week than what this workout would tend to suggest. So just an FYI. And I'm thinking even next week going back over to a little more volume with RDLs instead of deadlifts, because again, at this point, I need to be maximizing hypertrophy. And again, worrying about doing really heavy pulls may not even be ideal. So again, as I continue to get leaner, I need to focus on as much muscle retention as possible. So we need to stimulate as much growth as we can while dropping down. And I have a feeling that next week I'll drop weight again. So like I said, down to 212 this week. And it's been hovering a little above that the last 2 days. A low point was 212. And it was like 212 even. So it wasn't like 212 and change. And in the last couple days, it's been, in the high 212s in the morning. So again, I have a feeling if I'm pretty tight on Saturday on the diet, because what I tend to do right now, because I take the weekends off from lifting, my Saturdays tend to be a little lower and overall food than the other days, fast longer in the morning. So it's a heavier fat loss day for me. And then, I return kind of eating a little bit more on Sunday so I can get in and do that chest and tricep day, which is arguably my most important training day. Those are muscles I need to bring up, particularly triceps. So the barbell rows, same thing. I did those really strict with 185, and the sets of 8 were tough. Like it was just sticking at the bottom after. And then dumbbell rows, I wanted to just get in and do one set. You can see my hamstrings there. Kind of shows that my legs are leaning out probably faster than my waistline, which again, the waistline and the loose skin there is going to be the slowest thing. And we accept that. We know that. And it's because, again, having lost a huge amount of weight, I'm going to have loose skin there, and it is going to there's going to be more fat cells there because of the way fat loss and fat loss pattern works. So they're going to tend to stick to that loose skin area because where I had the most body fat at one time. So it's going to be the slower area. But once that tightens up, I am good to go. So we're just going to keep working down. And like I said in a video I did yesterday, we're going to get down to about 200 and then see what I need to do from there, right? And I feel like for me, just for overall goals, health, fitness, even my outreach with what I'm doing, getting leaner and leaner is probably ideal. So I don't know that I'm going to stop cutting anytime soon, and I may go under 200 pounds and just stay there a really long time. Again, the case of I don't know that I need to be massive anymore. I don't know that it's even good for business. I don't know if it's good for anything else that I'm doing. If we're going to work physique, then let's really get a good physique. So I only did 1 set of the rows, the dumbbell rows, just for the purpose of making sure I hit a third angle. I want to make sure that we work everything thoroughly, even if it's only 1 set to failure. Barbell curls did 10 to 12, same as last week with this weight. Working on being strict. Notice I'm super strict. There's almost really no body movement. I am bringing it up to my face, and for those who don't understand why, it is because this is one of the functions of the bicep, right? That movement pattern with the shoulder works the long head of the bicep. Whereas in the elbow movement itself works the short and the long head. Okay, so we're just making sure we're getting all the fibers available, because again, arms have historically been a little bit of a weak link. I do want to make sure I work everything, and I'm thinking of arms in that terms, not just saying, oh, let's come in and do, just some curls, some cheat curls or something, and call it a day. I'm really working, focusing on hitting every part of the bicep. Same thing with the triceps, every part of the triceps. Why we do 3 different tricep exercises after all that pressing. Again, triceps probably need more work than biceps for me at this point, but more arms is never going to be a bad thing for what my goals are now. And again, too many years of neglecting them, training them as an afterthought, if training them at all, put me in a place where they have to be prioritized. All right, preacher curls. As you get 10s on all these were hard. You guys will see I take these pretty much to failure in that last rep. I make sure it's really hard. When I know I'm reaching failure and I'm grinding through that last rep a little bit, I try to lower the eccentric really slow. Again, making sure I'm fully fatigued the biceps on this. Preacher curls, again, great for the lower part of the bicep. For some reason, I've had people say, oh, there's no lower and upper. It's like, that's not what the studies show. Sorry, there's multiple studies looking at this that show that the preacher curl, when they measure it with MRI, grows the lower bicep a little more than it does the upper. So, you want to make that argument, sorry, there's data on it. It's been measured. And it makes sense biomechanically. So again, then we combine that with an incline curl afterwards. But yeah, at this point, my biceps were already kind of trashed. They were feeling really fatigued, but I went ahead and pushed through because I need to make sure that bicep work all gets done, no matter how tired I am. We just dig in, we get it done, and again, it needs to be a priority. Arm work has to be a priority. It's just one reason it's like I'm limiting the amount of back work so that I can do a couple more sets of curls. Because again, just in terms of proportion, my lats are probably bigger than my biceps still. All right, so bigger biceps are never going to hurt. It's kind of like delts. Delts are one of those things that I'm putting the same amount of focus in. They get their own day. Because if you're chasing aesthetics, you can never have shoulders that are too wide. You just can't. It's impossible. So again, because for me, I'm not blessed with the best structure, plus I will tend to hold fat around the waistline due to the loose skin. I'm not best with the blessed hip structure for aesthetics. And for strength, one reason I was a power lifter. So again, hammering on the things that will give me the proportions I need is the best thing I can possibly do. So there you see on the preacher curls that last rep, just that slow eccentric, and then I pretty much failed. Cannot get it out of the bottom again. And people say, well, you could cheat, or we're not going to cheat. That's how you tear biceps. That's what makes that exercise dangerous when people cheat. All right, incline curls, same thing. I tried to squeeze out the same number of reps on the third set I got on the first 2 to failure, and it just stuck in the middle. I had to grind, and then that was it. Biceps are completely shot after this. They had nothing left. And even the incline curls, these were kind of painful today. I'm not going to lie, they actually hurt. By the time I got to these, my biceps were on fire. Not even really a pump anymore. They felt like they were being pulled apart. So again, they were on fire by this. So every rep of the incline curls actually hurt. But we stuck it out and tried to replicate it set to set. First 2 sets I did. Like I said, the last set, it just didn't work. And then, of course, I did 1 set of hanging leg raises. The problem I run into on arm day like this is the incline curls and other stuff leave my biceps and everything throbbing to the point where my arms hurt even trying to do the hanging leg raises. So I still did my 1 set, and I called it 1 set. But the thing is, I'm doing 10+ sets of those every week, spread out over my 5 workouts at the end. So at least we got some done. And for people who don't understand, training abs every day because, again, better midsection when I'm cutting. 2, I'm doing everything beltless, and I do need my core to be stronger to deal with all the beltless squats, deadlifts, everything else that I'm doing. But right there, I just couldn't. It just failed. Tried to grind through. We were done. And again, with the hanging leg raises, because it's a grip exercise for me also, again, the arms matter on the arm days like this. But overall, good workout. We got a lot of stimulus. It was just tough with the weight loss. But we got everything done. Happy with it. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.